the sooner you will be able to stand with a boldness. The sooner you'll be able to stand in front of adversity. And I'm not talking about some filthy little stinking troll. Okay? Because it's easy to do nothing but attack people. But let me use a word that a lot of people I work for as a contractor used to say. The rich people. Show me the money. Okay? Show me what you've got to offer. Okay? Is the question. What have you got to offer for this country and the people of this country? That's the question. That's today's question. On the end of the Sabbath is what have you got to offer? What do you give? What do you bring to the table? Because that's what matters. What do you bring? Where do you stand? Who are you? Who are you when it comes to being an American? Who are you? Because let me run something by you. Not all that live in America are Americans. Well, what do you mean by that, end time? Now, that just don't make sense. Oh, it absolutely does. Because the people who don't believe in this Constitution are not Americans. They're communists, and they're socialists, and they're fascists. Simply put. People, history is about to repeat itself. The very thing that took place in order for us to have this America that we freely live in. And if you're free, you're free. If you're enslaved by this, it ought not to be. Because guess what? There can be, in the very document I'm talking to you about today, there can be no involuntary servitude. Or, should I say, slavery, placed upon an American citizen. And therefore, there's no such thing as a give act, if I may. There is no such thing as that. Because if a person is free in America and he's broken no constitutional law, like I said, everything else is null and void. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, to bring it to the forefront of what the evil, imperialistic dogs are barking about doing, of course it needs to be brought out. Amen. But the thing of it is this. It needs to be rebuked every time it's brought. And that's what I, as an American citizen, with this right here pumping through the veins in my blood, has been trying to do. Is to bring to the attention of the American people what is taking place. Okay? By the elitist, by the communist, by the fascist, by the socialist. And here's the thing. It makes me understand when someone comes in with a rebuttal of it and saying, oh, it's this, it's that. No, hey, look here, look here, look here, look here. It's easy to sit behind, and I mean no disrespect to anyone about anything when I'm fixing to say this statement, but I call a spade a spade. It's easy to sit there when you barely had enough strength to make one kid, and to say you're getting this all blown out of proportion. But when you have 6 children, from ages 22 down to 2, and you love them with all your heart, and the only other thing you love more than your children and your wife is the God you serve, it's time to shout it from the rooftop. It's time to blow the trumpet. It's time to be a watchman. And so that's why I got to where I don't even respond to ignorance and stupidity. I mean, look here. This is my coat, okay? Do yourself a favor. And you know who this applies to. If it don't apply to you, then fine. But, hey, get off my coattail. Okay, quit riding it. Quit riding my name to get coverage. Because it ain't doing you no good. It's making you look like the blooming stupid idiot that you are. Be an American. Wake up. Put it out there like it is. And let's just don't even worry about the consequences of standing up for our nation. Because I want to tell you something. How should the consequences matter for standing up for truth? I mean, should there be fear? Because you have a bumper sticker that says that you believe the Constitution? Should there be fear because you have a sidearm on you wherever you go? No. But the greatest misconception is this. The biggest conspiracy out there is to make you afraid of this document that's in my hand. Is to make you afraid of this breathing document that's in my heart and should be in yours. You're somehow or another supposed to be afraid of it when you're not. What you're supposed to do is understand that you'll not bow to tyranny. You'll not bow to communist fascism garbage. But that if it even costs you your very existence upon this earth, they've not beaten you. You've won. You have won. Because what you were able to do was to say, I give my life, if it takes it, for what I believe in. Many have done it before us. That's why I stand here today in the middle of God's country with the wind blowing and a storm coming in, and knowing this beyond a shadow of a doubt. That the very reason I stand here today with my cotton picking camcorder, my Sony camcorder, my tripod, my hat on and my gun on my side is because somebody gave their life that I could stand here free today. Now to some people it might not matter. But do you know it means everything to End Time Watchman? It means everything to Billy. That a man would not cower and would not falter, but would stay the course so that I could stand here free today. See, many people are not free because they're enslaved under a false doctrine. They're enslaved, and that's the conspiracy, was to enslave you, that you could not be free. Now, to be free means you must fight. You must fight for truth. Well, here he goes again. Yeah, here I go again. You must fight beyond a shadow of a doubt by putting your voice out there and saying, you know what? I am an American. I am a constitutionalist. I do believe that by the providence of God, because the document says it. The document says it completely tells you. On the very providence of God was this nation founded. And the very thing about being a man today is not got anything to do with being the next Hollywood superstar. The very thing about being American today and a patriot has got nothing to do with the size of the house you live in or the vehicle you drive, nor the clothes that's on your back. But the very thing about being an American patriot is what is in your heart. And let me run this by you, 443. Out of the abundance of the heart will your mouth speak. So, the vile mess that comes out of people's mouth, the attacking that takes place, intelligent people that have a mind that's able to be used and it's not been burnt up. It's not been brainwashed, but the mind is clear and able to think. When no one understands this one thing, that as I stand here today before you, my friends, and my foes, the very line in the sand is drawn. Now, by saying that about that line in the sand, let's be clear. Let's not have any smoke and mirrors here. Let's be clear. When you cross this line in the sand, which is the Constitution, when you cross the Bill of Rights and you trample on them, be very careful where